Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm here this evening on a sad note and a very concerned note as well because one of our own, a Montegonian who has been visiting Montego Bay, has gone missing and his family is in turmoil. For days, they have been searching for him. Former footballer of Seba United, Sampa is what we call him. This evening, I have with me his daughter, Nikki. Nikki has been roaming the streets of Montego Bay, literally trying to find her dad, but to no avail. Her father went missing last week, Wednesday. They did not discover that he was missing until Thursday morning. He has dementia. He is 64 years old and they are unable to find him. He went missing in the Bogue village area here in Montego Bay. After what, 10 days we're on it now?
Thereabouts.
Nikki, talk to me about your dad. What it is that you have been doing to try to find him when he went missing. How worried? I mean, I know that you are devastated. So I don't even need to ask you how worried you are because I know you're devastated. You're very worried. Talk to me about it and how it is that we, as citizens of Jamaica, of Montego Bay, can help you in your search for your dad.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me on your platform. I know what I have done to reach people, and just being on your platform will vastly increase the number of people who would have had eyes on this. Um, so my dad would have went to bed, or supposedly went to bed on Wednesday night. He was here with a family friend, um, and then somehow just kind of wandered out in the late night of Wednesday night. So it was not until the following morning when our family friend got up to give him breakfast that she discovered that he was not in the house. Um, we are in Book Village, as you mentioned, and we have checked the surrounding area. I have gone as far as Sandy Bay. I've had family members who have gone to Lucy and St. Elizabeth, and we get the call that saw someone remotely looking like him in Oteria. So then we're reaching out there. We're reaching as far and as wide as possible. My dad was recently diagnosed with dementia in December of 2022. We have pretty much kept him at bay, kept him close to us, just because it's a developing disease. We don't know anything about it as a family, and just watching him experiencing it, we try to keep him close. So he would have been here a few days before his birthday because he's been anxious to be here. He kept saying he wanted to be in Jamaica, he wanted some sunshine, and this was supposed to be his vacation and his birthday trip.
Where does he live?
He lives in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
We live in Maryland. And so, like I mentioned, this would have been his birthday trip. He celebrated his 64th birthday on April 1st. I've been working with Detective Smart of the Barnett Street Police Station, he just jumped into the case and he's been remarkable in assisting with just getting grounds covered. We would have had a few phone calls of sightings, as I said, and some not quite so pleasant. But clearly the word is getting out, which is what we want. We have put up flyers. We have done a running in the mirror. We have done social media. We have had friends and family and everyone just out and about looking. We recently did a new poster just saying that
Put it
anyone.
up so that people can see it. I posted it on my pages today, but please put it up a little bit more. Bring it up so persons can see. We're not seeing it.
Is that any better?
US $5,000 you're offering to
Yes.
anyone who can give you solid information.
Location and physical discovery.
And
Um,
location and physical discovery.
Location, physical discovery of him, and this money it will be paid out. again, for location and physical discovery of him. He's a loved family member, and we desperately want to find him.
Oh my God. You
Yeah.
were told me sometime this week that he has other issues, other medical issues,
Yes.
other than the fact that he has dementia, that
So
he
the
has diabetes as well.
yes, so the
So
dad
he's out of his insulin right now.
got insulin for the last 10 days. So you can imagine that he's going to be lethargic and disorientated at this point. Yeah. And I know we're looking at this picture that you've put out, and that majority of the family members have put out, but at this point he would have been much more bearded and white, or bushed and white, because he would have been ungroomed. So not just looking for this nice groomed picture of a man, but just anyone remotely matching his
What
description.
was he wearing? What was he wearing?
He was wearing gray jogging pants, like a gray sweatpants, a lightweight sweatpants, sneakers, white sneakers, a black baseball cap, and what he would have been in a white t-shirt, or as he liked to take it off, or no shirt at all.
The area that you're in, that you're staying in, is it known for crime or anything like that? Are you worried that the possibility exists someone may have taken him?
Unfortunately, we're in a high traffic area, and that's just in any major city.
Mhm.
So that's always a possibility. Is that my only concern? No. Is that concerning? Absolutely.
Mhm.
But being in a city as busy as Montego Bay, anything is possible.
What's the next steps? What should we expect from the family? I know you're planning to do a search and rescue on Sunday. Can you tell persons where they can come if they want to help your family?
Absolutely. So we're looking for people to gather at the number one post office, which is across from the library and right in the same vicinity as the courthouse. Um, we're looking to divide and conquer as many people as possible that can come out. We're looking for that just so we can search and comb the area, and hopefully we can find him between now and Sunday.
Tell us a little bit about your father.
And we're
Who
meeting at
is he?
say that. My dad has always been a principled man. He loves what he loves, which is football, his children, and family. He helped those he can. There would have been plenty of kids who would have said, "Oh, let me get some lunch money from him one time," or he would have helped to buy a few books. Um, he's kind at heart, and always, for the most part, has a smile on his face. He is just looking to have a good time as he live out his days, and that's just it.
He played football. Where is he from originally? Tell us more. Go deeper. So persons will get an idea of who this man is and how involved he was in the community before he migrated from Jamaica.
So my dad as was as grew up in and around Montego Bay, between Canterbury and Albion area. Would have pulled himself up. He went to uh, the now was that St. James High back
With
then.
senior school. It was senior school in those days.
It was his senior school, yes, and then he would have played a few years. He had played for Stets High School.
St. Elizabeth Technical High School.
Correct. And then I'd migrated, played with Seba United for several years, would have migrated later on, and then returned to Jamaica as a returning resident. He ran a car rental, as some people may know, from Union Street for several years. And then the last 25 years or so, he had went back to the US. And then,
Okay.
like, this was his vacation. He really wanted to be here for his birthday. He just kept saying, "I want to go home."
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? And
Boy, I
so
tell you,
it,
for me, it's very painful.
mm,
I have not seen your father in like donkey's years. My sister had to remind me of who he really is. And but when I saw his photograph, I remembered him immediately as a footballer because I
he
used to watch Seba United play,
right.
you
He
know?
has this too that you will definitely will remember. He hasn't changed much in his features,
No,
except
no, no. And I remember him from the car rental too, you know.
yeah,
Didn't he name the car rental agency Sampa car rental or something like
it
that?
was, It was Sampa's car rental. Yes, it was.
Right, right. That is what I recall. Yeah.
And Union Street was its own home for a very long time.
Red Square.
Yeah.
Red Square, we call it here in Jamaica. You know, we're smiling, guys. Those of you who are just joining us, we are in a bad space right now. We are devastated by the fact that Sampa, give your father's correct name because I don't want to. Nikki, give me your father's right name.
It's Anthony Crooks.
Anthony Sampa Crooks went missing last week, Wednesday night, and his family is no closer to finding out where he may be. Now, this man has dementia. He has it's type 2 diabetes or just diabetes?
Type 2 diabetes.
Yes, type 2 diabetes and is in need of his insulin. Now, by now, he would be disorientated, his daughter is saying. He came to Jamaica because he wanted to come home for his 64th birthday. Although he's not as healthy or as, what do you call it? No. He wasn't in his right mind the way I would be then because I'm not suffering from dementia. But he still knew he's Jamaican, wants to come home to Jamaica to celebrate his birthday. I am asking those who are watching to share. Please share his photograph, which I've posted on both my Janet Silvera the page and my personal page. Share his photo. See if you can get persons out there to start looking out for Sampa. Sampa is a good man. Okay? A very good man who has helped a lot of our young people in this country. And that is why I've taken up the cause. That is why I have taken up the cause, because I want to see him found. This cannot be easy for any family whatsoever. You sleep at night, Nikki? How difficult has it been for you?
It's been so hard to even come home more or less sleep because the thought, I feel so guilty coming home not knowing where he is. And not to mention eating. Imagine me sitting down to enjoy a meal not knowing if my dad ate.
Right. Can just imagine. Okay, so you're out what time in the day is looking for him?
I'm usually out by 5:30, 6 o'clock. And so
in the mornings.
Mornings. And I go
and you just got in, right?
I just got in, and I'm going to go back to try to get Bottom Road again and dead end area just in case. I'm usually in by 11:30 at night.
Guys, I want those of you who are watching to understand how hard it is for a family. This woman goes out every morning at 5:30. She does not return home until 11:30, trying to find her father. If you can help in this process, is why I'm doing this live, so I can help this family to find their loved one. Is there anything you'd like to say, Nikki, before we go?
I am pleading with the general public, anyone, if you see or hear anything at all, anyone remotely resembling my dad, please shout out to Jeanette or myself. I am on social media as well at Melinda Gray on Facebook. My number is all posters out there, but I'm glad to give it out again.
Give out your number. Give out your number.
My local number is 793-0333. That's 793-0333. Or my US number, which I can be reached on WhatsApp at 240-988-0205. Again, that's 240-988-0205.
Thank you so much, Nikki. I see where we have some comments on the live. So I just want to acknowledge these people who have joined us. Thank you, Sky Lawson. I see Tap Gamble say she's praying for the family. Gillette Evadne praying he'll be found well. Nadine Wint says she's praying he will be found. Charmaine Chang says, I pray that he will return home soon. So you have a lot of prayer. Carl Altialeng, who is my very good friend, says she knows him from Seba United, and it's very sad to see that he can't be found at this time. Well, Sky is saying that he will be found alive and well. So that's a good thing. I'm encouraged, I'm inspired by that kind of confidence and faith
Mm-hmm.
in you finding your dad. Gillette Debo is saying good night. I pray for his safe return. And Nella Salmon has sent up prayers for him. While Claudette Cameron says, Merciful Father, my group has been praying for him. I pray he's found soon. Every one of us praying for him. He could be anywhere in Jamaica, really, because he has dementia. So
That's
he could be anywhere in Jamaica. It's just that he never had any money. So, that's also an issue.
or
We'll
identification,
be- Huh?
or
And
identification as well. He doesn't have anything on him.
no medication.
No medic or identification. I said.
Or ID. Marcia Keane, my prayers that he will return to the family. And Jackie Broadbent, thank you, Jackie, says prayers going up. So we have a large number of people praying. And you may tell you something, Nikki. I've always believed in prayer.
Yes.
It works.
Yes, it does.
So let's continue to pray for your dad.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me this evening. We will continue to put out information on your dad and see how best we can help you in that process.
Thank you so much, and thank the audience for praying for him.
Yeah, man. See, Patricia Smith just reached and she said, with God, all things are possible.
Yes, they are.
And I believe that too.
Yes.
Keeping my fingers crossed. Aldit, thanks, Aldit. Prayers going up for the family. We are all praying for a safe return, girl. Yeah, we are. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining me this evening. We have to do for our brothers and sisters. We have to be our brother's keeper. It's important that we take care of each other. No, it doesn't matter if we're not related. We all came here from the same place. Many of us, we're brothers and sisters. Thank you again for watching.
Thank you.
Oh, Jay, please send me a missing persons file. This is fantastic. Before you go, Sharon is asking us to send her a missing persons file, 1920 width by 1080. She'll put it in all the supermarkets that she has her televisions in. She has a number of television in. So she'll put them in Ochi and Mobe and her Lasco MoneyGram network.
Thank you so much.
Sharon Spence Murray, I love you, girl. That's why I always love you, And they are open tomorrow. So she is going to help you to get that out.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, Sky. Carl Altialing, big up. Take care of yourself. All right, Sharon. I have your WhatsApp number, so I'll just reach out to you after I get off the live. Thank you, my sweetie pie. Love you. Please check the area he was familiar with in the past. That's what someone is saying. People with dementia always remember their roots. Have you been doing that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
All
but
right.
You can't check too often unless you're going to stay there permanently, because you'll never know when they go back to those areas. Yeah. So you have to keep going.
All right. Sharon, we already have that info. They have a flyer that has been going around, and they have his photo on it. Telephone number, everything is on it. So I'm gonna share it with you shortly, and you just tell me if that can work. Thanks again. All the best. Good evening, all.
Good evening.